I think a winemaker truly is a tenant of the earth. I spend a lot of time in the vineyards just tasting fruit, looking at what's happening in the grapes. There's not a heck of a lot that I can do as a winemaker to make great wine out of poor starting material. Because you've got to catch those grapes at that point where the flavor is peaked and the pigment is ready to be extracted out of those skins. You can do a lot of work all year long out in the vineyard and make a terrible decision at the very end after you've spent all this time and energy. And you know, I really hate to do that. When it comes to making wine, you've got one vintage. When you make those decisions on when to pick and everything, you basically have kind of sealed your fate for the season. That decision that you made to pick that day doesn't go away after that day. You can't say, well, I made a bad choice that day, that's no big deal. Well, that follows you all the way through the year, but you can't really go back and take clusters back on the vine and, you know, do that sort of thing. Once they're off of there, it's over. That's it. I think in general, the basic techniques of winemaking have been pretty similar for hundreds of years. And what we're really trying to do is use modern technology to make wine traditionally, to have sort of a hands-off back to sort of the roots of traditional winemaking. What it's all about is growing those grapes properly in the environment so that when we make the decision to pick, all of the goodies are there in that grape. All of the balance and complexity of flavor is there, so that when we crush that grape, pump over that tank, ferment that wine, put it in barrels, and rack it. After that whole process is done, that wine is in a perfect and complete balance. It has richness, it has suppleness, it has texture, and it goes unfined right into the bottle for that consumer to taste and understand that that wine is a true representation of whether it's Cabernet Sauvignon grown in Paso Robles or Chardonnay grown in Arroyo Seco. It delivers what that terroir, that appellation, put into that grape, and it was really not messed with by me, the winemaker.